A very good evening and welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino and as usual I'm going to be your host for today. Now, let me say this in Swahili that kierere ni kitu mbaya sana. Kierere inaweza kafanya uaibishwe without you knowing something that you didn't plan to happen just happens to you because the people that maybe the person that you are talking to, or maybe the person that you are telling what you are saying doesn't care. These guys are so much desperate of taking William Ruto away from the government that they can use any means. They can convince anybody that they feel like need to be convinced to take William Ruto home. Like Raila Odinga have not said anything to do with the presidency of 2027. And Nyuta is saying that okay. I want to ask, even if Raila wants to vie for the presidency in 2027, I just want us to reason. Do you think Rigathi Gachagua will be the only option that Raila Odinga can have? I'm asking this because of the relationship that has been in between Raila Odinga and Rigathi Gachagua. Do you think Raila Odinga can accept to work with Rigathi Gachagua? Because I've heard Nyuta telling Raila Odinga that is telling him publicly that he should vie for the presidency in 2027, and for him to win, he must accept to work with Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua. Listen to this.
Mimi ni Joe Nyoto, seneta wa Murang'a, na nimekuja kuambia rafiki yangu Betty Montet pole, Mungu awape amani. I come from Murang'a, Your Excellency, the Prime Minister, where SK Macharia comes from. For the sake of SK Macharia, who has really wanted to see you become president. You can only become president if you run in 2027. Gachagua is ready to support you. If you support Ruto, you will have to play second fiddle. You will frustrate our honorable SK Macharia. Support Rigathi, Kalonzo, and you will be president. Thank you very much.
And to Raila's response, Raila has really responded by the way Wesley by telling Nyuta that you really don't know what you're saying. Because what I went through, I'm the only person who understand. And in the same statement, Raila is calling William Ruto Simba Kibogoyo, trying to give a narration of what happened between them back then during the time of Moi's era, when Moi was the president, that you could not go against anything that Moi says. That if at all maybe you open your mouth to go against Moi, Daniel Arap Moi, you are gone. But right now, we have Simba Kibogo. It means that yani
sasa ndio maneno mengi zaidi SK amesema. Sitaki kuongeza mambo SK amesema. Siku hizi naona huyo kijana wengine kutoka Murang'a anasema tu utaka kuwa rais, kuwa na Gachagua na Kalonzo. Wewe vile nimetoka bwana. Poa kabisa. Nchi hii inaweza kuchomeka ikiwa kama watu hawajihadhari sana. Unajua hii demokrasia tumejenga katika taifa letu, tumetoka naye mbali. Zamani ilikuwa ukisema tu ngwe ndani. Wakati ile ambaye simba alikuwa na meno na makucha. Yo simba tulingoa meno, hata makucha tukakata. Sasa hivi tuko na Simba Kibogoyo. Haikuwa rahisi. Wakati ile ilikuwa kama umeonekana tu wewe ni mtu ambaye atafuati nyayo, unashikwa tu na mtu anaenda weka sahihi, waziri wa mambo ya usalama. Hiyo inatosha kuweka yeye jela kamiti au Shimulatewa au Naivasha kwa miaka mingi zaidi. Kuna mambo ya mahakama. Siku hizi hata kuweka wewe kwenye remand ya polisi huwezi kuweka wewe zaidi ya masaa 48. Yale yote haikukuja kwa njia rahisi. Imekuja kwa jasho na damu ya Wakenya.
And are you seeing now the level that Raila Odinga has taken William Ruto? Because he knows very well that William Ruto cannot do anything to anybody. Now, if Raila is sure that William Ruto cannot do anything to anybody, then why is it that people are dying? Why is it that they cannot even condemn deaths? Why is it that they cannot even do anything concerning what is happening? Why can't they just stand firm and condemn what is happening by saying that we stand firm and we are correcting this? It cannot happen, it will never happen. Of course it has happened, but now we are saying that it cannot happen. Or they enjoy being in government, they enjoy eating, and then when they come outside, they pretend as if they are campaigning for people. They are talking on behalf of people, but deep down they know very well that what they are doing or what they are saying is not necessary. The last one is the issue of SK Macharia. SK Macharia was giving a narrative because I've heard Raila Odinga also claiming that it is only in 2002 that he was defeated during the general election. So from then, he has been winning. And SK Macharia was giving, you know, SK Macharia and Raila Odinga are like Chanda na Pede. They love each other. These guys love each other. So I've heard, I was listening SK Macharia giving a narrative, narrating how Raila Odinga won the election and how sometimes it was very difficult to go explain to him what is happening, what is going on because of the pressure and all that. I would like you to listen to SK Macharia up to the end. And just a reminder, if we are meeting for the first time, don't forget to take a minute, click the subscribe button. You can also like, share, drop me a comment at the comment section. Tell me what you think and where you're watching this video from. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Boniface Owino. Watch this.
But let me speak about the social part of it for this Murang'a group, which includes the one who has left us, Gitahi. I started campaigning for presidential candidates in 1992 when I was campaigning for Raila Odinga, and as a Kikuyu, and Mativa was the opposite candidate. Anytime I went to that side of the country, they would block roads. They would be told there is somebody who is a Kikuyu not campaigning for Mativa, but campaigning for Odinga. But when I get to where the roads are blocked, they see me, they say, oh, it's SK. Okay, we'll remove them. So they remove them and I go on. In 2022, there was no big deal because Raila had joined Kibaki to compete in a presidential election with Uhuru, and it was a Nisia election for Kibaki. Then it came to 2007. When Raila Odinga and the current President Ruto were presidential candidates against Kibaki. And again, Kibaki is a Kikuyu, and I happen to have been campaigning with for Raila everywhere in the country. That always gave a huge, and now that I'm going to mention, Betty, why she's a senator, is because she was charged by Mrs. Macharia to be in all those road shows and campaign, always to make sure that I'm well fed. Then in 2017, in 2017, 2012. Is it 2012?
2012.
No, the one that Kibaki won. 207 against Raila. 207. Kibaki won, and we had data, complete data, that it's Raila who had won the election. I know some people will run away here, but let them run away, because we agreed with the Gitahi. I'm speaking to the soul, Gitahi. Here is only the body. And we had agreed whoever dies first will reveal this information for the country. So that's why I'm doing it. Our data was showing Raila had won with 1.8 million votes. And I was picked from my house at night, and all the returning officers from Mount Kenya region were held somewhere, and their return forms taken. And I was taken to my office. I found some people, I'm not going to mention their names, and we changed all those figures, and Kibaki won the election against him. I'm not going to mention about 2013 election, which again was Uhuru, or 2012 to 2013. Again, I campaigned for Raila, and Royal Media had already started then, and Inoro TV and Citizen TV were switched off in the whole of Mount Kenya region, but that could not make me change my belief in Raila, because Raila was left to me by his father. Then we came to the election of 2022. 2017, before 2022. In the election of 2017, it was Raila against Uhuru and Ruto at that time, the current president. We learned that the register had been changed. You keep on pressing me, I won't stop. The register has been changed for voters. When you are registered a voter, you have your fingerprint, you have your photograph, and you have full names. That some names, they have taken some IDs from the death register, and they have the names, but they don't have a photograph. That's how Raila got beaten but remember, Malaga could fight discrepancies and drew away the election. And Raila said he's not going to repeat the election with the IBC being not changed. So obviously it was Uhuru and Ruto. They won the second round, the repeat, easily. Then I want to mention, because all this is in our records, about the election of 2022. We went to Naivasha to plan for the election of Raila as a candidate. Again, remember, It is Uhuru against Raila, and I'm campaigning for Raila. And at Naivasha, I tried to explain that the register that is going to be used has fake voters, but Raila was so impatient, he stopped me from explaining. But these 4 commissioners that who resigned in the end or were fired, they came to my house and I showed them how the register is not true. But that's how, obviously, again, and you remember Musando, that's how the votes have been put in. And now I come to 2022 election, whereby I try to convince Raila that the voter register that is going to be used is not proper. They should give it to us, even if we are going to be his agents and organize the agents. He didn't think so, and because of the handshake with the Uhuru, he thought it is a free flow. Just for jokes, 2022 election comes. It's Raila against Ruto. They were saying we have deep states, and Ruto would tell them which deep states you have, because Ruto knew exactly how the extra votes will be put it doesn't matter. You know, I'm 82 years. If I get kidnapped or hijacked, 84. It doesn't matter. Kano has gone and he was younger than me. So we must just tell this, because I want to tell President Ruto, and it's good that Raila is here, if he wants to leave this country, good, because he's the president and he cannot do anything, yeah. Whether he won the election or he didn't win, he is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. But the only thing that can help us is to make sure that a new register of voters is created. If election comes before I pass on, like Gitahi, in the next 2.5 years or so, so that all Kenyans can cast votes, and each vote will, even if I lose, he loses, at least he will leave a good country that counts votes, and each vote. So, my fellow Kenyans, this is what I would ask for President Ruto to do for us, to have a new voter register, and to make sure that the next election, whoever gets elected will be elected by Kenyans by casting votes.